Welcome back to my channel. I'm here for a 3-night stay at this place behind me. Well, not here, but here, the Genting Hotel, located in Resort World in Birmingham. So for those that know me and that follow me will know that I like doing positive reviews and filming those that lead by example. Follow me right to the end, where I'm going to give my honest opinion on whether I would come back to this hotel, what I think from both a celiac point of view on the food and from accessibility. So yeah, come follow me. We have just come into one of the entrances of Resort World. So it's a funny hotel. So there's like 2, 3, I think 4 entrances to it. Come in by car and you have pre-booked parking, or you are in one of the suites. The underground car parking is the easiest way. We have come in the entrance by WH Smith's here. So if I turn to my right, here we have a WH Smith's. It's only a tiny store, but if you need drinks, sweets, snacks, anything like that, we have here. We go down here, tells you what's on the ground floor. So you, down here we've got shopping, Hollywood Bowl, escape hunt, restaurants and bars, and obviously you've got the Genting Hotel, reception, lifts, guest services, and then car park lifts, which is also the lifts to everywhere above, so there's not separate car park lifts. It's Sunday morning, very early, very quiet. To my right again, it's the Hollywood Bowl in there, big games arcade, and then to our left is the Genting Hotel. So literally, there's also, this entrance is mirrored the other side, so you can walk straight through those double doors and out the other side. So we can take you round. So you've seen the view, and this is our room. So we've got a little kitchenette area. Lots of space for all our food. We've got our mini bar in here. If you don't mind. Our spare toilet with lots of space. Little bin, and I will spin round. That's next door. Into our huge living room. Little desk area, TV. Through into plug socket. Into the bedroom. Don't know if they think staying in the bedroom, but hey ho. Big unit space here. Views again over to the Hilton and everywhere. Huge wardrobes. Double wardrobe. Through into our tub. Not as big as last week, unfortunately, but deep. Nice shower. Around into the toilet, and that over there, if I turn the light on, there we go, that's better, you can see in it now. Toilet into a huge walk-in shower. Look at that. And the controls are down this end, so we won't get wet. One of the features in this bathroom is the large mirror here, and if I press this remote control that is in the bathroom, you'll see there is actually a TV in here, which, for lounging in the tub, which I'm about to do, you can hear the water running in the background, is a great feature to relax and watch TV. So for breakfast, there's an a la carte menu option. Lots of choice on there, from eggs, porridge, eggs Benedict, eggs Royale, and the ones with the asterisks next to them, they're the ones that can be made gluten free. So they substitute the rolls for gluten free toast, that type of thing. So lots of options on there if you are celiac. So let me take you over to the buffet cart. So you've got all the normal stuff, your eggs, your baked beans, your toast if you're not celiac, toast machine. But if you are, they will make it fresh for you out the back.
and there's lists here of what you can and can't have. So the cold section, and it tells you exactly if they've got allergens in them. So, and like rice pops they do that are gluten free, the cornflakes they do gluten free ones, and they also have a hot menu as well, and it tells you exactly what can be made, and they make it fresh out the back. Ours has just arrived, so let's go and see what we've got. So I have eggs on gluten-free toast. Looks lovely and yummy here. So Mum has got her full English. All of that is gluten-free as well. So the cold bar is behind us. So it's got all your fruits, your yogurts, all the normal stuff that you normally get. So we've got your muesli, it's gluten free, and your cornflakes all here as well. You've got your jams. Unfortunately, there's no gluten free pastries that we can have. Would be nice one day. So the only thing for wheelchair users is this area is really tight. So at the moment I've got someone behind me. So if people are sitting here, getting down is really difficult. So we do try to get this first table right on the end. Just makes things a lot easier for breakfast.
Hi everyone, thank you for watching to the end if you've got to this point. So now I wanted to go through my thoughts of the hotels, the pros, the cons, and whether I would stay here again. So starting off with the pros, hotel is a great location. You're right in the heart of Resort World. So restaurants, so we had a great meal with Millers and Carters yesterday, literally outside the lift doors. You've got everything on your doorstep. Literally 5 minutes and you're in the NEC for all your events. So that is great. The location couldn't be better. You're in the heart of everything here. For ease of access for disabilities, again, that's great. It's all on the flat. Lifts and that are really, really big. As you'll have seen, get 2 of us in the lift, and they've been okay, being able to get in them all the time. So that's been really good. Ease of getting into the suite has been okay. Obviously, the door to get into the suite, you have to tap your card to get into the corridor, your room key. The doors are a bit heavy, and then you have to hold them open. But again, ease to getting into the suite. It's huge. We were really worried about whether the doors are going to be wide enough, whether there's going to be enough swing for the chairs, but it has been great. The shower in the room has been fantastic. If you can bring along your own shower stall, then the walk-in shower is huge and absolutely lovely. So that is a real pro. Other pros is Harry on reception, really helpful, helped bring all our luggage up from the car. Came down last week, he showed us around, showed us into the SkyBar. So he was really, really helpful on check-in when we were here and brought all our luggage up, even though he had clocked off. He stayed to help us up into the room. So they are the pros. We have had some challenges, I would say, while we've been here. Would I say on the disability front? There are some on a disability front, more so to do with the restaurant, the SkyBar. So it's little things that, so going into the restaurant, we would go up into the restaurant and there would be a chair in my way. So I would need the chair moved and there would be no one around to help. So I was then trying to move a heavy chair out of the way. Other places I've gone to, it's right, let's move the chair for you. Where would you like to sit? Let me move that. Let it get out of the way. And everything's been if you want our help, we're here. What would you like? Getting around the restaurant in my chair was really, really difficult. First night we went there and they tried putting me in the middle of everyone. And I was like, I can't even get down the aisle, let alone get the swing in my chair. And I was kind of looked at blankly, like to say, well, why not? And I was just like, I can't get my chair down there. Everyone's going to have to move. So, and I just felt a little bit of an inconvenience. And then coming out of the SkyBar, yes, very heaving, very packed. But I must say, everyone in there, that non-staff members, just people visiting were absolutely fabulous, moved all out the way and let us through. From a food point of view, it hasn't, again, been the greatest. So on our first morning, we said we're celiac, and it's like, well, there's the buffet. And we said, well, just cross-contamination. We were advised it always comes out of the back, and it's like, well, there's the buffet. And we said, well, can it not be cooked fresh? When we said every morning we're celiac, it was like, right, it didn't leave you feeling confident, especially then them saying, well, what can't you eat? Other hotels, you walk straight in and it's like, do you have an allergy? Yes. And I can't have gluten, I can't have this and thing. And it's right, okay, someone will be over to you, will do this, this and this. Food was presented amazingly. So yeah, just the food within the hotel. Went to SkyBar a couple of times. The menu that we'd been told was going to be on, it wasn't. And it was like, well, what can we eat? And I was left with steak for about 3 days running. And it was like, what other options can I have? I was very limited on what I could eat. We were told we could have afternoon tea, but then when we went to have it, it was, no, you've got to book 24 hours in advance. But if we'd been told that, we would have done it. But when we asked about it, it was just, yeah, afternoon tea is available. So it's just little things like that that made our stay not as special as we've had at other places. Whether we've been spoiled, I don't know. And to other people, that might not matter. Depends what you're coming for and what your priorities are. On to the room as well. Other little things that we had difficulties with is, for the first night, our TV in both rooms didn't work. Now, when you're paying a lot of money for suites, you expect TVs that work. With my disabilities, I'm not out at night. I'm not a party girl. I like to come in, especially after a long drive, after a long day at an event. I like to come in, I like to sit on a sofa. It's why I book a suite. So I don't have to go from my chair and into bed. I like to be able to go from my chair, sit in a lounge area and relax and watch TV. But I wasn't able to do that because the TV was just all jumpy and yeah, just wouldn't connect. I actually had to ask the hotel for a HDMI lead and I got no. So I had to go and buy my HDMI lead, connect it to my laptop to try and get something out of it. On my last night, I did manage to get the TV, started working. I believe every now and then I got a little bit where it was jumpy, but nothing like the first night where I couldn't watch any TV whatsoever. But it's just little things like that when you're paying so much for a suite that you expect to have everything working perfectly. Again, if you've got things that need USB socket, 2 or 3 are broken in the room. There's 2 in the bedroom, but only 1 works. And it's really difficult to get into, considering it's quite a modern hotel. I've got like a little flip up switch and you've got to try and then put it in. I know it's not an adapted room, but it's still really, really difficult. For my mum that hasn't got dexterity problems, still struggled trying to get a USB lead into these ports. You couldn't go down to the spa anytime you wanted. It was morning or late in the afternoon to evening. And it was if we have availability. Yeah, for me personally, this hotel isn't for me, when for my money I can get better service elsewhere. So that is my honest opinion of the Genting Hotel. Thank you for staying with me this long. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening or your day, whatever time you're watching this. Bye.